Great to have you with us from Thoreau Field, Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the LSU Tigers and the Missouri Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
The Missouri head coach told me before the game, this is exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go, but he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Makes it past the marker. At the 35, he's loose. Flying down the left side. The 20, the 10, all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. 35, he's got room. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his...
Snags it, and there's running room. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35.
That's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them. They're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Setting up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hardy. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Fires quickly. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, a great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Coming out with it, it's Wilson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Pressure coming. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
With the catch, it's Harris. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Back to throw, it's Levitt. Right on the money. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him.
Pulls in the deep ball. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field. And that's
quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. LSU right back to the line.
Man, this is a perfect example. You just can't have negative plays early in drives because even when you come up with big plays like we just saw, you're still miles away from picking up this first down. You're making it so hard on your offense.
Makes a catch. Nice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll get rid of it. He makes a grab. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Well, this is an offensive coordinator that has a lot of confidence in his guys, and you can see that from the play calling. They were backed up all the way down near their goal line at the start of this drive, but they've stayed aggressive the entire time, putting the trust and confidence in his quarterback, in his players to get it done. They've moved this thing all the way down the field, and now they've completely...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To the air, it's Levitt. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play, they took a sack. This one, they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. 3rd down, you're going to be throwing it right here, you think, so O-line's got to step up.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Touchdown, Tigers. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
And I'm not surprised, right? Like, they go to him again. Last drive, he did an unbelievable job. And if I'm this defense, just keep honing in, right? Like, making sure he has to earn it. Making sure a lot of people get near him. Continue to hit this running back. Try to slow him down and cool him off.
Right back to Hardy on 1st down. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Throwing Simmons. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Dropping back, it's Simmons. Here's the pressure, and they got it.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Sends it back in motion. To the air on 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the timing just a hair off.
Oh, you just feel kind of like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. He had him open, and he just overshot it a little bit. Man, those sting.
Now backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Snagged out of the air. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that one.
And the Tigers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They just keep firing. Fires left. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds, and incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Got his man on the right. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
And man, it's nice to have a running back that you can do that. 3rd and inches, you're thinking run as it is, but you're not getting it to the running back that way. He sneaks out of the backfield, throwing the football. He does the rest, picks up the big 1st down.
The run inside. It's Durham. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage.
Interception. You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. He'll try to take it back. Running inside the 20. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Boy, and that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have
touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the 1st half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a stat that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 15-yard line, looking for running room, and couldn't find much on that return. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Looking to pass. It's Levitt. Buying some time. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Complete, out left to Wilson. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. The 20, inside the 10. Touchdown LSU! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Austin Simmons, a play fake. He spins that thing down the middle.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Making side adjustments here. Here's Simmons to throw. Under fire. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Got room at the 35. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We start our coverage with Auburn, taking on the number 11 team, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And it's the Tigers, setting school records in multiple offensive categories in one of the highest scoring games I think I've ever seen. 2 teams who were very familiar with the end zone today. They continue to run roughshod over the opposition. They're now 9-1 on the season. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside, Mountain West.
Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. How about that Bayou Bengal defensive front showing some dominance? Booger McFarland, Marcus Spears liking their pressure.
And that defensive line getting to the quarterback, and they got so many guys that we could name like Spears that you just mentioned, like Booger in the past that put on that purple and gold, look good, big physical guys that fill out them uniforms and eat quarterbacks.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Here's a give to Hardy. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Missouri comes to the line with another first down. Brought down after a nice gain.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Simmons. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Off the play fake on first down. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
The short hands, it's Harris. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, the offense trying to attack the perimeter of the field in the passing game. And how about the sweet feet by the receiver on that play?
Who doesn't like a little dash of the arts with their football? A little ballet moment there. Oh, they're after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Back to pass, it's Levitt. Caught over the middle, it's Durham. Still on his feet at the 45. It's a seam wide open. He is in. Touchdown LSU.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And with the extra point, we have a 28-17 ball game. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Lee. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Man, this guy has had an amazing year all season long. He has stepped up and made plays for his team when they needed it most. And with that last completion, he's now crossed 4,000 yards passing for the year.
Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
And a nice play by the defense. Third and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
A famous writer once said most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Quarterback making checks. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down.
I like the idea to go for it there on 4th down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up. They bowed up and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football back.
Starts to scramble to the left. Pulls it in. It's Rhodes. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short, and teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Running inside. It's Berry. Got enough for the first. Maybe some room here. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the right.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
Missouri wants to go fast.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's not a bad 3 plays in a row. Palmer, you probably never did that in your life, but 3 plays, 3 completions, like he's seeing it very quickly. Good protection up front, finding his receivers, and that's 3 explosive plays in a row.
Oh, they had the screen all set up on first down, and he couldn't make the catch. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Austin Simmons wants to fire again. This one's complete. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Might be changing the route. Here's Simmons to throw. Fires to the right. He's got an open man. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
Got his man on the outside. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, this happens sometimes in football. You forget which direction you're going, and you got to be reminded. You were going the wrong direction. Come on, man. We got to catch that thing. We got to get north-south and go make a play, get closer to the end zone, not start dancing and going the wrong way.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. From the gun on third down, Simmons. Looking for the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri!
Nice pitch and catch. This receiver and quarterback have done this thousands of times. Finds the open man, throws a strike. The receiver does the rest, gets into the end zone.
And the big fellas are on the field as they try to power it in for 2. This quarterback part of their running game. He will not get there. Brought down at the 1, and the 2-point try is no good. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead. Great place to start for this offense. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Scanning the field, it's Levitt. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
So now it's second and long. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Here's a heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback may change this route. Simmons. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Bring in the heat. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ballgame.
They'll run this play from the pistol. Handoff, Caden Durham. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Yeah, nice run, and I think everybody knows. He's right there next to that 100-yard mark, 98 yards on the day. And that's a mark, man, when you hit that mark a lot of times and you take care of the football, you win a lot of football games. It's the more physical team. It's the team that makes it easy, makes it easier on their quarterback, and they've done that today.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Anytime the pitchman is able to score on these option-type plays, there has to be great blocking downfield by the wide receiver. That was absolutely textbook, and that's what allowed the running back to go score.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone.
Set to kick this one.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to Hardy. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Throwing Simmons. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Good timing on the quick out. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. And a super return as he takes it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Here's Durham one more time. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.